Hello and welcome to Vowspiration. I know you're thinking, oh my God, an episode delivered on time. In my defence, I have had the craziest kind of slide into the slow period of weddings that I've ever had. Like, just a sidebar quickly for just a second before I tell you more about the podcast. Wedding season in Australia is typically, let's say, September, October, November, and you get a little December, January break, and then it kind of picks up end of Feb, March, April, and then the months outside of that, maybe one or two a month, maybe. My May, June, July are consistently 4, 5, 6, 7 weddings a month. Like, people have embraced winter weddings, and I'm a little bit busier than I thought I would be at this period of time. It is a lovely problem to have. But that is why producing a podcast on the side is somewhat challenging. But I'm here and I have awesome vows to share with you. Hi, I'm Kez. I'm a Newcastle celebrant. You can find me on all the socials at Wed By Kez. And I started this podcast because it was a really simple idea. What if instead of just reading tips on how to do vows or YouTubing vows and getting all the ones that went viral for good reasons and for bad, what if you could just take that moment from the ceremony between two couples and hear what they had to say? And would it give you the confidence to know that whatever you want to say is okay? Not everyone is going to be able to smash out vows that go viral and make people cry. Not everyone is going to write vows that totally suck and go viral for a different reason. Pretty much most people just sit in the middle. They want to tell their partner that they love them. They want to be a little bit funny and a lot sweet. And they don't want their vows to go on forever. They don't want to have to write 3 pages. So they're just looking for confidence and assurance that what they have written or what they're thinking about writing is okay. And that's what this podcast is. It is your assurance and your inspiration to go ahead and write those vows and be confident being yourself. This week we go back just over a year to the 12th of May 2022 for Claire and Matt, who were married out in the beautiful Hunter Valley at Bimbadgen Palmers Lane. It was cold. It was really cold, but it was a beautiful day. It didn't rain, just that little bit of chill in the air. And they had a gorgeous ceremony. Like, Claire is definitely the one who writes a little bit more and probably a little bit more open with her feelings. And Matt, he's just a doer. He gets passionate about what he's into, whether it be ice hockey or his work. He's more a doer than a speaker. And so we work together to find the right balance of vows for them. And you'll hear that. Matt went first. I think he was aware that Claire's vows were going to be a little bit longer. Hers were going to be a little bit more on the emotional side. So he felt confident to go first with his vows. We're going to play them for you right now. Claire and Matt, thank you for sharing. Happy anniversary. And here you go.
Claire, you're my best friend, and it's hard to imagine what life would be without you by my side. Since we met, you've changed my life in the best way. I remember the first time we met, I was impressed that you managed to fall into the pool without spilling a drop of beer, and I thought to myself, this girl is special. I remember one of our first adventures was to the snow, and when there was no accommodation available, we went in a van with a mattress in the back. On top of this, everyone said teaching your partner to snowboard is certain to end badly. Yet despite all odds, we had a great time and came out the other side even closer. I promise that as husband and wife, we'll be able to accomplish anything and overcome any challenges that stand in our way, just as we did on that trip. After all, a perfect marriage is just 2 imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other. Since we met, we have both come a long way from where we were, and I believe this has come from the love, support and encouragement we give each other. We've gone from pool parties and sleeping in vans to buying our first property, advancing in our careers and preparing to start our own family. I promise to love you, support you and be there for you every day for the rest of our lives. I promise to give you the best future I can and be the best father I can when we welcome children into the world. I will love you whether we're rich or poor, healthy or sick, young or old, and I pledge to hold these promises dear to my heart for the rest of our lives.
Okay, let's get through this without crying. It's a rare thing to feel as though you found your soulmate. I mean, I'm not really sure if I even believe in the term soulmate, but I've never been with someone who loves me entirely like you do. Every part of me, the good and the bad. Matt, you accept me for who I am, and it feels as though I've won the jackpot standing up here with you by my side, ready for the next chapter in our lives. Matt, thank you for all of the love, laughter and support you've shown me over the years. When you came into my life, who knew I'd be standing up here with you 5 years later in front of all of our favourite people, celebrating us and our love. You're my best friend, my other half, and I love you and cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. Now, you know how much I love to write a list, so here's one that I hope never ends. I vow to keep going on spontaneous adventures with you, even if that means I have to let go of the planning just a little bit. I vow to keep being your biggest fan, always yelling the loudest at your hockey games when a goal is scored or if the ref makes a shit call. I vow to know and accept that Ryder, our dog, comes first in this relationship. Let's face it, you guys have been together longer than we have. I vow to always make time to do the Sunday paper quiz with you, regardless of what day it is or where we are. I vow to trust your judgment and advice on life decisions because you always have our best interests at heart. Be your shoulder to cry on when things are tough, make you laugh each and every day, and to love you unconditionally because I love you more tomorrow than I love you today.
Thank you so much, Claire and Matt, for sharing your vows with us this week. I think it's just so important to hear what people have to say. I think it helps people find their right words, and by sharing your vows, you've probably made it easier for a couple out there who are really struggling. So that makes you a hero in my books. We'll be back next week with another episode of Vowspiration. Don't forget, vowspiration.com. You can hear all the previous episodes. You can like and subscribe. So I sound like one of my kids' YouTubers. You can also rate the show. If it is helpful, by rating it, you're going to push it up the charts and you're going to let other people know about it. You can buy copies of my book. They're available through Amazon, Kindle, or as an ebook. Or you can buy a physical copy at vowspiration.com. Follow me on the socials at Wed By Kez. I'll be back next week with more Vowspiration. Catch you then.